just gonna do a little video on something that I discovered over the week, this week. How to make 50 round hoppers. I'm playing Pump this weekend, so you should see some mass cam videos of that soon, hopefully. And I was going to play with my Velocity, but then I realized it was a little heavy on my Check-It, so I was going to buy a 50 round hopper. I was going to buy the Allen's Paintball Products 50 round, or, you know, it's only like $6-7, but then I tried ordering it from Paintball Gateway and shipping was $11. So I wasn't going to do that because I only have like $20 to spend, and I wasn't going to spend all of it on a $6 hopper. So I figured I'd make one, and first one I made was this. It's really rough. I just taped it up so that I could look presentable, I guess. It's basically made out of a Smart Parts Transpod. I'll throw a picture up. Okay, so those pods, if you look in the picture, there's a center section, there's a bottom, and there's a top of the lid. I took the center section and I drilled a hole right here. This is the transpod here. And I drilled a hole big enough to fit my old Prophecy feed neck insert. Those of you who don't know Prophecies, the old ones, the V1 and V2s, they had the plastic inserts, and then the V2s had the metal ones. I had my leftover plastic one because I switched them out on my V1, and I basically made it big enough so that would fit it through, and then took the top of a water bottle, and it fit right on top really snugly, and I just shoved it on there, and that holds the feed neck on, and it works pretty well for that. And then of course there's two ends of the transpod that were open, so I took the bottom of a water bottle and taped and glued it onto the front here, and then I took the lid off of one of my Flurry Industries pods. It's an Allen Paintball Products lid off of a Flurry pod that I had just lying around. You can just pull it off, and I put it on there. Now the only problem was, I'll take a picture and show you. I don't know if you can see this, but on the inside there's the Prophecy feed neck makes a lip, and it doesn't feed very well like when you only have like 5-10 paintballs left. So I figured I'd make a ramp, a crude ramp out of a ton of hot glue that was in there. I'll take a picture again, and it's not very good. I mean, it fed well, and then you got down to the last 2-3 shots, and it doesn't feed well. And this is the first one I made, and you know, it fits in the feed neck, and it looks pretty cool, and it works okay. And then I set out to make one just, you know, as a fun one, and it actually turned out really well. I'm really surprised on how well it turned out. Basically, this is the front of an old broken pod I had. How to make this is I put about approximately 50 paintballs into a pod like this. The lid was broken off. Put about 50 in, took a Sharpie and marked where the 50 was, a little bit above the 50 mark, you know, whatever, and then cut it off with a hacksaw. So then I basically had a little tube, you know, about yay big. Then I took and drilled and cut out and filed down until I got a hole, you know, a little bit bigger than enough for a paintball to fit through. Then I took a piece of PVC pipe. I'm not sure what this is. I'll throw the dimensions up on the screen. But I took a piece of PVC pipe, sanded it down because it was a little thick, sanded it down with electric sander, and then sanded down the edges so that it would go into the feed neck of my pump a little better. And then I hot glued it onto the pod, and it's actually really stable on there, you know, and with only 50 rounds in your hopper, it's not like it's gonna go flying off and break. So once you have that, it's actually pretty easy after that. You just take a You can pull an Allen Paintball Products lid off of like a Flurry pod or something like that. I know there's tactical pods, I'll throw a picture up. But there's tactical pods that are kind of like this, but they're a little different, and you can put that up. And I know protopods, just basically any pod to where you can take and just pull off the lid, you can put it onto here. I use a lock lid just because they're pretty cool, and I have like 6 of them lying around. When you do the lock lid, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll throw a picture up again, but you have to cut out a slot big enough so that your hinge, like if you've never seen a lock lid, they have a little hinge in here that pushes up on the lid. That's how it works. And if there's no room for that, one, the lid isn't going to go all the way down on the pod, and 2, the button isn't going to work at all. So if you do a lock lid, you have to cut out that little spot, and then you can just hot glue around the whole thing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's hot glued all the way around the black part here, and that works pretty well. And to cut out the slot, you can heat up a razor blade, like a utility knife blade, and cut through everything. You can do what I did, and I just used wire snips and just cut it, and it cracked it a little bit, which, you know, isn't the best way to do it, but it'll be fine for me. But you can use wire snips, you can use, I don't know, there's other ways to do it. You can use a hacksaw or a jigsaw or something. Just anything that you think will work to cut plastic like that. And basically, this is the best one I made. I put some stickers on it and stuff, so it looks kind of like a hopper. And this one feeds really well. I recommend angling the feed neck to where your hopper is not sitting straight, it's sitting a little bit angled down to where it's not like this, it's kind of like that on the gun. The reason being is it's a gravity feed, and you want it to, instead of you having to push down and pump like a rock and cock, you know, like a stock class, you want it to already be angled so it just feeds into there. And using the end of the pod works out really well because the tip is curved, or, you know, convex, concave, whatever. So it helps keep the paintballs rolling into the bottom tube here. So it works really well with the front end of pods, this part of the pod. But then again, I use the PVC pipe. The PVC pipe really works well for the feed necks. Then, here's 2 more that I did. I used a clear pod for these. This one cracked a lot. I don't know if you see down in here, but it cracked a ton and made a huge hole that I had to plug up with some tape and stuff. But this one works fine too. It's the same size as this. It's just an extra one that I threw together. Then this one I made a little longer, so this one might hold, you know, 60 or 70 rounds, just in case you want a little bit more. And yeah, it works pretty well. So that's basically the hopper. What you need is you need a pod, some sort of lid, and something to make the feed neck out of. You can use an old VL200 feed neck, a Revy feed neck, or PVC pipe like I did. So, yep, that's it. Okay, so basically you just saw my pump hopper video. I guess I'd throw an update video in here. I'm gonna start doing a lot more pump stuff. I'll throw a picture up too, but here's the one, you know, the hopper I'm gonna be using on my Check-It. Thanks to Pacos Tacos on TechPB, Pacos Tacos 88, I believe it is. Go check him out on TechPB, great moderator on there. Sent me out this pump, bought it from him on the site. It's a Check-It V2 mini sniper. I threw on a different reg here. This is the stock E-Tech 1 reg. And I threw on this Freak Kit 679. And, you know, so you'll be seeing a lot of videos with this, and I am saving up for a CCM, so I might get one of those. I don't know. Doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon. So, but yeah, check these out. I'm gonna go be playing at Fun Day at Twisted. I'm gonna put up the site on the screen right now. But I'm gonna be playing at Twisted at their Fun Day for February. I don't have practice this Sunday, so I figured I'd go out to that. I'm gonna be playing Pump most of the time. I might take out my Angel and mess around with it, but it's all up in the air right now what I'm gonna take and what I'm gonna do. So be look out on those. I might throw them up raw. I might halfway edit them, just throw in like an intro and maybe some annotations in there or something. But you know, who knows what I'm gonna do. So yeah, be on the lookout for those on Monday or Sunday. Sunday's the day of the day that I'm gonna be out there playing. I may play Saturday too at another local field, but be on the lookout for more mass cam videos Sunday or Monday or something like that. So thanks for watching.